This is Josiah Plays Sunless Sea Zubmariner expansion. Alright, so this expansion just came out today, brand new. And I knew that it was coming, but I wasn't really planning to play it right away. I figured eventually I'd get around to playing it. But I wasn't planning to pick it up, I wasn't planning to play it at this point. However, Failbetter Games, being an awesome game developer company, contacted me because I streamed Sunless Sea. And I played the whole thing in stream and recording and all that. And because of that, they offered me a free copy of this expansion, Zubmariner. So they provided me with this expansion for free. And I was really taken aback that I've never gotten anything free before because I streamed or whatever. So, because frankly, I don't exactly have the largest audience on YouTube or Twitch. But I was pretty impressed. I felt that it was really, really generous. So I was delighted to get it for free, and now I'm definitely going to try it out. Whether or not I will end up playing through this entire expansion right away or whatever is up in the air, we don't know. But for now, I'm going to check it out at least and see what it's like. So we're going to go, and I'm going to try to continue from my old game and see how that works, and see if I can figure out how to turn into a submarine or whatever. Or a Zubmarine, as the case may be. I don't know what you're talking about, Everfroze. I have no idea what you're talking about. The ostinato sounds nice. Simple triad arpeggio. Sure, buddy. Alright. Some kind of musical something, I guess, maybe. Alright, so I'm going to hit continue and see where this puts me. I don't remember where my last save was before I finished the game. I don't know what state my game is in. And I don't know how to go from this game into the content of the new game. I don't know any of those things, so we're just gonna figure it out. Nice melody, 3 notes. Ah, I see. So you know a lot about music. I don't. I don't know how to read music. I don't know what most of the musical terms mean. Alright, so I'm back here in London, ready to retire from the seafaring life. Because I wrote the Song of the Sea. But instead of retiring, I'm going to choose not to retire. And I'm gonna try to figure out... Here we go, a Zubmariner tutorial. Welcome, delicious friend. Good times. Let's just take a look at what we're working with here. I've got my officers, but what I don't have is a surgeon, because I've burned through all the doctors. Hey, they've made some changes here. Look at this. The UI for the store is different. Intriguingly enough. The UI for the store is different. They put the provisioners at the top too, which makes a little more sense when you think about it. Got some solace fruit, some royal blue feather. Bolts of spider silk. I don't really know. Shows my cargo with a larger number here, a little more readable than it was before. 21 fuel, 13 supplies. I don't even really remember. The UI was more complicated, I guess. It was a little harder to read and know what was going on, perhaps. Now it looks like it's been made a little more user-friendly. I didn't have a problem with it the way it was before, but this seems fine. This seems good. I'm sure some people will be benefited by this. My hold looks the same. And again, I have too much booty in the hold. Gambold, too much booty in the hold. Looks like all of the tooltips, though. The text on the tooltips seems to be a little bit larger than they used to be. A little bit more readable. Again, I didn't have a problem with the way it was before, but other people, I'm sure, did. So that's good to see. There's the journal. Basically the same thing. My officers. In the shipyard. I don't see any new ships here, but alright, so let's check out the Zubmariner tutorial and see what it's going to tell us. Welcome, delicious friend. How to use your Zubmarine. How does it work? This tutorial branch will tell you how to make the most of your Zubmarine, but it's locked because I don't have a Submarine. How to acquire a Submarine. Now that I need to know. Her Majesty's Admiralty has sworn off submarine exploration. However, you've heard tales of unofficial research into submarine travel being conducted in her distant colony. Let's check it out. Travel to the southern coast and follow it east to find Port Carnelian. There you will learn how to convert your ship into a submarine. Be sure you're prepared for the journey. Prepared for the journey, eh? I don't know how prepared I need to be exactly. Why am I carrying 1,000,000 foxfire candles? Well, I know why I'm carrying 1,000,000 foxfire candles. I was doing a bunch of foxfire candle stuff and I decided to carry a whole lot of them, more than I possibly needed. So let's... Also, these bolts of spider soak need to go. Let's sell some foxfire candles. I don't care if I'm going to lose money by selling them back after... It doesn't really matter. I'll keep a few. I'll keep like 5. And I'll buy an extra flare, or 2. Now talk to me about supplies and fuel. If I'm going to Port Carnelian, I can stop at Iron Republic on the way and get some cheaper fuel, so I won't buy any fuel here. If I'm going to Port Carnelian, I can buy cheap supplies at Port Carnelian, so I really only need enough supplies to get me to Port Carnelian, which frankly I have. 21 fuel and 13 supplies is plenty to get me to Port Carnelian, I think. So, I'm not going to buy anything right now. I'm just going to go. I don't think there's anything else that I need to do, like, in town. Do I want to... Hey, what is this? This is new. Escort some interested acquaintances to the Rose Market. They hope to make a satisfying trade. This will usher in a new day at the Rose Market and perhaps new buyers. That is new. That was never an option before in all the 1,000,000 times. I should check all of these things. See if there's anything else new here. The lodgings. Time with my family. Well, I do need to spend time with my family because my terror is a disgusting 50 right now. So let's visit my family. And just enjoy their company. Anything I can do at the Brass Embassy? Not at the moment. Anything I can do here? Do I need more crew? I have 21 out of 30. Should probably get some more crew. Let's get this guy. And... like, I don't know if I'm going to be losing a bunch of crew when I go in Submarine Town or whatever. I should probably crew up. Just to be safe. Maybe I don't need a full crew. How's my hull? 205 out of 300. Don't really want to waste any money fixing it if it's only... It only costs 75 echoes, though. I have a lot of echoes, so maybe I don't need to worry so much about it. I definitely don't want to use up any Admiralty favors. Let's just spend the 75. What the hell? Get my hull back up to maximum. I'm trying to like remember how this game works, how you play it, and what's going on with it. Strategic information I'm gonna hold on to. Vital intelligence I'm gonna hold on to. Do I have port reports? Yes, I do. Alright. Guess I'm out of port reports. Honey. Please don't send me to Bloody Frostfound. The Diplomat. Doesn't look like there's anything new going on there. Yeah, nothing really new to do in the Forgotten Quarter. I'll just hold on to these things. I'm not going to sell them. Alright, so what I'm going to do is a quick terror break. A quick terror break. I'm gonna sit in port for a second. Wait for something to await me. Everfrost, have you played this game? You've played this game, haven't you? You haven't played Fallen London in so long. You mentioned that. I used to play Fallen London. I haven't played it in a while either. But I did enjoy it for some time. Which is unusual for me, because usually I don't like those kind of games, like browser-based games at all. But the writing was so good in Fallen London, and the setting was so interesting that it really pulled me in. And then, of course, there's so much of that good writing in this game. Very lengthy stories. It's very, very good, and the setting's amazing. Alright, now that something awaits me again. The logbook's a little bit different. There's, like, date stamps now in the log. I don't think those were there before. Revenue men, I don't have any bad things, so they can do their worst. Messages from the harbor master. Alright, so let's go to my lodgings again, spend time with my family again. Enjoy their company again. Can I do anything in my study? I already have those things. Well, I had all those things. I created my Song of the Z. In addition, I want to... I don't think I want to do anything. No, I don't want to do anything. So let's... Hey, where's the little icon right here that shows you the menu? It's a little sad that that icon is suddenly gone. I mean, I can just hit escape to bring this up, but I liked that icon right there. Liked it. I thought that was a good place for that little icon. That's fine. We'll manual save on number 1. And it's time to head to Port Carnelian and get us a submarine. Dun dun dun. Yeah, Fallen London, or not Fallen London. We already talked about Fallen London. Sunless Sea is a great game. I spent about 90 hours or 80 hours or 80 some hours playing through it. And I completed it twice. I mean, it was only one playthrough technically, but I completed 2 separate win conditions. And each win condition is a big deal, so it's like beating the game twice, basically. And that was all on stream and all on my YouTube channel as well. Now, I'm going to check this expansion out. Let's go to... Let's keep the lights off. Actually, fuck it. We'll spend some fuel. Let's keep the lights on. Let's keep terror down. I'll bet it's pretty terrifying when you go Unterzee. Hey, that's new music. That sounds like new music. I don't think I've heard that song before. don't think I'm going to bother with Mutton Island this time. My crew. Well, I have 24 crew members on my ship out of a max of 30. My captain is Kate the Scholar, and I have these officers. I have several different ones available, but the ones that I actually are several different ones available, including a little mouse and a weird idol and an eyeless skull and a Mog. But the ones that I have equipped currently, my first officer is the Carnelian Exile. She's a devil. My cook is the bandaged chef Paramount. I've upgraded him. He used to be some other kind of chef that wasn't as good. My chief engineer is Maybe's rival. I've upgraded her as well. She used to be merely Maybe's daughter. The gunnery officer is the irrepressible cannoneer. I think I've upgraded him. He used to be something else. And my mascot is the little monkey foundling who I found on the Empire of Hands, which is run by all the intelligent monkeys. And I had a merry adventure chasing her around. She's just a little girl. And I've also got the tireless mechanic, the prudent magician, the albino tinkerer, who I got on my ship after I helped a faction of rats defeat a faction of guinea pigs and then win independence for their island on Pigmote Isle. I've got a wretched Mog, a vigilant idol, an eyeless skull, and the merciless modiste, as well as another possible officer. Now, I've lost several officers. A couple have died. Some I've left in certain ports forever because that's where they wanted to go or whatever, or their quest finished and different things ended for them. Like, I've lost 2 or 3 different doctors. That's why I don't have a surgeon, because I've lost all the doctors that I've found, and I don't think I can get any more doctors. So I'm permanently without a surgeon now, unfortunately. Alright, we're going to stop at the canal to get a port report real quick, just because there's really no reason not to. Recurring nightmares. You've begun to dream of a vast eye. It knows you. You cannot evade its gaze. Alright, we've had the eye dreams before. Again and again you are alone on the wide black sea. The eye is aware. Your nightmare will come upon you from time to time, inspiring terror. Gain restful nights at your lodgings to help you resist it. If you defeat it, you may gain a secret. You've begun to suffer nightmares of a vast eye. So here's the map, Everfros. As you can see, there's a lot of places on the map. It looks like the fonts of the text size on the map have been increased as well. This is Fallen London, where you start out. And then the cool thing about this game is every time you play it, the map is randomized. The locations of the places of the various islands and stuff are not in the same place every time. I mean, when you're loading a saved game, of course it's in the same place. But I mean, like, when you start the game over again, like, these places will be in different locations. So nobody else's map looks exactly like this, as far as where everything is. And there's lots of different ports to discover, and of course when you start the game, all of this is black. It's all just covered in fog of war, and you have to go and discover everything. Obviously I've gone and discovered everything, but there was a lot to discover. And then each of these places has a whole bunch of stories and stuff going on at them, and like quests and storylines, and they change over time. It's actually really quite a cool game. Alright, let's stop at this command canal and... Oh, I see. It's going to give me this tutorial at every single port. That's pretty cool. Listen for that surface gossip and gather a port report and leave. There's a lot of different music too. When you go to different areas, you get different music for the different areas. You'll hear the Iron Republic music here in a second. That's where the devils live. I haven't run into any creatures or anything on this particular journey, but there's a lot of different sea creatures that are around that can fight you or that you can try to kill. And there's also other ships, pirate ships and other types of ships. See, there's a ship of unfinished claymen that I could fight, but I don't really, you know, feel like fighting them now, but... We are at the Iron Republic. I'm gonna wait for something to await me. I really don't need to. I don't think there's anything I can honestly do here. Soft wind from the east, the impossible scent of pine. I don't think I'm going to do anything special here. I'm just gonna buy fuel. That's the whole reason I stopped here. Because this is the cheapest fuel in the sea. How much fuel do I want for this undersea voyage? I don't know, a decent amount. Like 50. You can't really steal in this game, not really. You can attack other ships and take their stuff. You can occasionally, as part of a story, you might get a chance to steal something, but very rarely. You can traffic in some illicit goods, which is illegal, and the revenue men, or the, like, Bureau of Decency, or whatever they're called in London, will, like, try to stop you and confiscate your stuff and fine you. You can eat people. You can eat people. Cannibalism is a thing that can happen in this game. And you can kill various groups and people off in various ways. Alright, so let's just go. I've got an upgraded ship, an upgraded engine, and everything else that are considerably better than what you start the game with. Can hold a lot of stuff in my hold. Oh, what do we have over here? Oh shit, that Republican Dreadnought will wreck me. Well, I might be able to beat it with all my upgraded stuff, but it would hurt. It would hurt me. Bad. Here's Port Carnelian right down here. The Wax Wind. Noxious stuff. Now, that behemoth stash I could kill pretty easily, if I so desired. If I back that aft up. Where'd that little fucker go? Down here. Turn around, turn around, turn around. Because my best gun is my aft gun, which only shoots in a rear-facing arc. So if I want to fight something, I basically back up to it, and then shoot it as it tries to come at me from behind, and then I try to outrun it, and I keep shooting it as it's behind me. Uh-oh, here it comes, here it comes. And I'm trying to avoid letting it hit me. If I can just hit it one more time, I got this. Here it comes. Boom. So I killed that thing without even getting hit, because since I got this aft gun and developed the aft gun strategy, things are much easier. I was getting my ass kicked a bunch before when I was trying to fight with a forward-facing gun. You defeated a behemoth stash. Yeah, it's pretty much game over if you run out of fuel, yeah. Or if you run out of food. If you run out of food... Oh, I'm down to 6 supplies. I need to hurry up. If you run out of food, you can start eating your crew and stuff, but that leads to really bad things. If you run out of fuel and you're in the middle of nowhere, there might be some ways you could get a little extra fuel or whatever, but usually you're pretty much screwed and it's game over. If your terror increases all the way to maximum, your crew will revolt and bad mutinies will happen, and it's probably game over also. So you have to manage your terror, you have to manage your food, and you have to manage your fuel. All of which is expensive and involves going back to ports and involves, you know, And then there's also the dangers of the sea, various monsters and pirates and ships that'll kill you. And then there's also ways you can die or have problems just in the storylines in the different places. So let's dig around in the innards of the behemoth stash and see what we get. Glob of goo. Intestinal mucus. Oh, good. I now have an unprepossessing mass. I can open that up and find it inside. There are lumpy objects inside this unpromising blob like little pebbles. Pearls. Alright. Clean the slime off, buff them. Someday they'll adorn a courageous neck. Are the names of these things German? I don't know. I don't think it's really German. I think it's just a portmanteau of the word behemoth and the word mustache. Drowning pearls. Alright, let's go. I'm running low on supplies here. I need to hurry up. Court Carnelian sells the cheapest supplies in the entire sea, though, so I can really restock here. If you run with your lights off, you burn less fuel. However, your terror increases faster. If you run with your lights on, your terror is slower, but you burn fuel faster. Generally, it's easier to refuel, though, than it is to reduce terror. I mean, there's places where you can reduce terror in various ways, but it can be a pain. That waxwind stuff slowed down my ship considerably. Alright, we made it to Port Carnelian. I used to always click right here, and I could save my game. In the base normal version of the game is a roguelike, and you can't save your game at all. There's no saving. There's just one autosave, and if you die, that's it. You have to start over with a brand new captain. I have enabled something called Merciful mode, and in Merciful mode you can save your game whenever you want and reload your save, which is makes it obviously much easier. Alright, so now that I'm here... Ooh, this is new. Specialized collector. But you've got to do some stuff under the sea first. Find out what my spies are. I have a spy network here that I've built up over time. My network's at 3. Terror is your paranoia, right? Yeah. And various things can... I mean, it goes up naturally over time, all the time when you're at sea. But it can also be increased significantly by various events and stuff. My spies need money. I need mushroom wine, prisoner's honey. I can use secrets. Secrets are way too valuable to use for that, though. You know, I should look at my stats and my officers and make sure I have ones equipped that are the most appropriate. Like right now, my pages is the lowest. Oh, I don't have anybody that adds to pages. Then my veils. +7 veils, +8. +3 veils. I do like having a lot of mirrors, though. I guess my officers are fine, as I have them. So I'm going to stop by the Tigers and get a port report. A lot of these things I've been here and done a million times, so I'm not reading the text because I've already read it all more than once out loud. So I'm just kind of here to do the new stuff, but while we're here, we'd better buy... Sell this mountain shirt. No, I can't. I don't have one. Yes, I do. Supplies only cost 18 here. So let's get some supplies. I can only hold so much stuff in my cargo. Fortunately, I have the ship that holds the most cargo. The one you start the game with can only hold like 30 or 40, which is a real pain in the ass because just to carry enough fuel and supplies to get around, you've basically completely filled your hold, and you can't take on any extra stuff or loot or trade goods to sell or anything. And you can't even really travel that far because you can't really carry that much fuel and supplies. Now that I have this awesome merchant freighter, I can carry lots of stuff, which is great. Let's just get, like, 30 supplies for now. Alright, here we go. Let's check out the Fierce Philanthropist. Her house is built in the tall, porticoed London style. Red brick and white plaster. Decorative iron railings, painted black. Its mistress is the subject of intense colonial gossip. Independently wealthy, an industrialist daughter, a widow, unwelcome in London. What then does she want with you? An invitation arrived as soon as you docked. I will accept her invitation. It wouldn't hurt to have the backing of a wealthy benefactor. This will begin the quest which allows you to obtain a Submarine. You expected a sizable gathering, but it's just you, her, and a decanter of admirable sherry. She is not a small woman, and comprehensively occupies her armchair. She wears sensible satins and sensible shoes. Her hair is impeccably curled. I've heard a number of shocking things about you, Captain, all of which I consider thoroughly promising. Her accent has a hint of Midlands melancholy to it. She must have spent much of her life on the surface. For a time, she asks questions about your travels and listens avidly to your answers. Then she gets down to business. A question, Captain. She tops up her sherry. Some years ago, the nations of the Neath struck an agreement to abandon their research into submarine travel and leave the sea depths untouched. Ah, the agreement about nothing of consequence. Sailors mutter about it when listing the Admiralty's follies. You nod. She raises her glass to her lips. And what is your opinion of this agreement? She asks. I can approve of it. It's probably for the best. The sea surface is bad enough. God knows what unpleasantness lies below. You may change your mind later if you wish. Or I can scoff about it. It's a nonsense. Nowhere should be forbidden to the capable explorer. This will begin the quest to acquire a submarine. A new friend. Her smile is conspiratorial. Then we can help each other. I am prepared to finance, in a large part, improvements to your ship that will make it capable of submarine travel. The Admiralty and other powers disapprove of such innovation. Therefore, we will need to be discreet. I have procured experts, laborers, and a workshop. They are well paid and loyal. Here is the address. Meet us there, and we can begin our work. The Fierce Philanthropist will help you convert your ship to a submarine at her hidden workshop. Sounds good. Here we go to the hidden workshop. On the shore of a gloomy inlet stands a rickety factory. Once, and supposedly still, it was committed to the cutting and polishing of sapphires. Now it is the place where the Fierce Philanthropist houses her intrepid staff of engineers, the ingenious men and women who will convert your ship into a submarine. Phase 1. Contribute nautical know-how. Some contribute ingenuity, others graft. What you contribute is hard-won, hands-on experience of the Z itself. Spend Z stories to increase your experimental modifications by 20. I have 16 Z stories. Phase 1. Provide additional funding. Specifically, apply bribes that the philanthropist cannot be associated with. Spend echoes to increase it by 25. It costs 75 echoes. Phase 1. Donate a mysterious device. Heretofore, its purpose was mysterious, but the chief engineer insists it's precisely what they need. I can sacrifice an outlandish artifact to increase it by 60. I have 27 outlandish artifacts? Holy shit. Well, that's going to be easy enough then. Phase 1, donate Stygian Armory. It's dark as the belly of the sea, and, correctly treated, harder than iron. I don't have any Stygian ivory. Phase 1. Contribute advanced theory. These idiots don't have the first idea what they're doing. Enlighten them. I can sacrifice an extraordinary application. Those are pretty valuable, so I'm not going to use that. Phase 2. Retrieve a set of sonar schematics. The engineers have reached an impasse. Sonar. It's unreliable, loud, it stops working below 70 fathoms. But the Admiralty and the Khanate must have cracked this back in the day. But I need 100 experimental modifications in order to unlock that. So let's just use outlandish artifacts, since I have a ton of them, and they're not useful for a lot of other things that, you know, so far that I know of. Or maybe I'll do an ingenious approach. You watch your artifact being welded into a tangle of pipes deep in the bowels of your engine. It'll never work, mutters one engineer. It bloody will, the chief says, wiping sweat and oil from her forehead. We now have 60 and 26 outlandish artifacts. I'm just going to do another outlandish artifact since I have so many of them. Lessons of the past. Within the hour, they've stripped it down, flensed it for everything they can learn, and incorporated their discoveries into the modifications to your ship. Progress! The chief engineer exclaims. Now, T! Now I'm ready for phase 2. Retrieve a set of sonar schematics. So we'll do that. The engineers brim with conspiracy theories about the old Submarine programs. Before the agreement about nothing of consequence, London's Admiralty conducted their submarine research at Station 3. The location of the Khanate's research base is unknown, but a number of its scientists relocated to Khan's Shadow. Perhaps one of those locations has information you could use. Retrieve sonar schematics from Station 3 or Khan's Shadow. Well, Khan's Shadow is closer to here than Station 3. I know I've been to both of those places many a time. Ooh, I gained a secret. Nice. Secrets are very valuable. Alright. In workshop. Leave the workshop. It's noise, it's arguments, it's overwhelming smell of oil and peppermints. Ah, yes, peppermints are always involved in any sort of... Back to Port Carnelian, the hubbub, the pungent scent of the fungal jungle, the low rumble as tigers pad by on the street. Alright, so I need to go to either Khan's Shadow or... Khan's Shadow is right here. Station 3 is right here. I mean, they're pretty close to the same distance away from here, honestly. I'm tempted just to go to Station 3 because it's so much closer to London. And going all the way out to Khan's Shadow. Stop by Pigmoat Isle, have a feast. I don't really feel like going over to Khan's Shadow, actually. I think I'll just go to Station 3. It's a safer journey as well. You know, while I'm here, though, I might as well stock up a little bit more on supplies. There's no sense in running low. That's a lot. I only have 10 cargo spaces left, but, you know, I'll be eating my way through this stuff and... save on 10. And burning through my fuel and stuff as well, so... Gotta avoid those vortexes, those aren't good. That's a friendly ship. I can attack it and kill them if they want, but the game will make me feel really guilty for it if I do. Particularly tormented bound shark. I should kill that. I never killed that shark. And I don't know, I think you get something special if you do, or something special happens. Alright, hold on. Let's turn it around. Let's back that aft up. Is it gonna come at me? I think it's coming at me. Well, now I think it's pissed. Oh god. Oh god. It's coming so fast. It's tired now. It's worn out. I'm running out of room to run. Particularly tormented bound shark, dead. You're gonna have to leave now. Alright, Everfrost, thanks for stopping by. Have a good one. See you next time. You defeated a bound shark. Its bonds buckled, its skin torn, its teeth shattered. I can use its meat, or I can examine its cage armature. I'm going to examine its cage armature. Someone has bound it savagely with black iron, sunk bands and joined mechanisms deep into its flesh. Digging deeper. The cage has begun to distort its shape. More than seems reasonable. But then a shark has no bones. Rods of iron inserted deep into its flesh have done impossible things. There are organs in there none of you recognize. Its suffering must have been extraordinary. You take a tooth as a trophy. If your hull is damaged, your engineer will repurpose some of its cage as repair materials. Gain 30 fragments, a hunting trophy. Gain 2 hull. I was already at max hull, but that's nice. And 3 terror. Well, I thought something a little more special than that was going to happen, considering that this one was particularly tormented. Maybe I should have taken its flesh instead. I don't know. It's okay, though. Doesn't really matter. It's not relevant to the new Zubmariner adventure. I think I'm going to turn the lights off. I'm not so worried about... Oh, let's stop by Pigmone Isle. Hold on. Down in Pigmone Isle. Down in Pigmone Isle. Let's have a banquet in our honor, because we really helped these people out a lot here. We helped them win their independence. Alright, the Rise of Pigmone Isle, a banquet in my honor. Lost a little terror, gained some free supplies. Get a port report while we're here. And we can go. We'll stop by Tomoe Island on the way. I'm not going to bother to fight that Gilliflower. I thought Gilliflowers had 75 health. Always. Something up ahead here that looks... Oh shit, that thing just came out of nowhere. Western Angler Crab. I could kill it, but there's really not much reason to right now. Honestly, I'm not going to get much out of it. There's more bound sharks around here than I recall. I'm not going to fight that one. Just going to go on. Stop at Tomoe Island, get a port report, and whatever else free I can get there. Save here. We'll get a port report. We will... I'll accept a volunteer. Take on another crew member. for cheap. There's a pirate steam pinnace. I think it probably won't fuck with me because I would annihilate it. But decides to fuck with me, well, then I will annihilate it. We're almost to Station 3. I love this engine I've got on my ship. It goes so fast. What engine do I have? The Fulgent Impeller, yeah. It's like the best engine you can get. It's amazing. My ship is very quick. At least compared to how slow it used to be. In the very beginning of the game, your ship is very... How do you turn the lights off again? Somehow I forgot, just since the last time I did it. Station 3. Almost crashed into the pier. Waiting for something to await me. There we go. I don't know why they got rid of the little gear icon that was right there. That was a poor move in my opinion. I'm so used to always going right there and clicking that as soon as I land in port. And this time, now I gotta get used to doing something different. It's not a huge deal, but it just seems like a bizarre change. Like, why would they just get rid of something? It's not like it was in anybody's way right there. Alright. Inside the little gate. The Acolyte is gone. I don't have a long box. Search Shed 12, that's what I need to do. Ask him about the heart metal suit. Interesting. I don't remember that from before. Maybe I need to bring some long boxes to this place. I know where I can get long boxes. Let's see, I have some hunting trophies, right? I have 6 of them. I can take a hunting trophy right down here to where? Hey, wait a minute. My map is different. My map has changed. They changed my map. They really did. For example, Abbey Rock and Station 3 used to be to the north of Shepherd Isles. You used to come and Shepherd Isles was like right here. And then Abbey Rock and Station 3, where Abbey Rock was north of it, and then there was Station 3, and then there was Shepherd Isles down here. They changed my map. I know they did. No, they did. Pretty sure Isle of Cats and Visage have altered their locations as well, and Fathom King's Hold. These are not in the same places they were. It's different. That's weird. That's super weird. Yeah, I was thinking about it too. I didn't realize it, but I realized something was off, but I didn't really think about it. Demo Island wasn't right here either. It was more down here or over here or something. Pigmoat Isle was further south as well. But this is definitely the most noticeable change, because they completely flip-flopped the locations of these places. Because you used to have to go southeast from Station 3 to go to Shepherd Isles. And now you go northwest. Completely swapped. Frostbound wasn't right here either. It wasn't directly north of the Salt Lions. Interesting. Well, maybe it was. Maybe it was pretty much where it is right now, but I think it's moved slightly. Anyway, my map has definitely been changed. Alright, let's search Shed 12. A long, low building propped against the wall. Boarded windows, a rusting padlock. Your bosun shatters the lock with a ball-peen hammer. Inside, your lamps reveal dust-choked workbenches strewn with discarded tools. Shelves of cardboard boxes filled with rivets and bolts, washers and screws. Blackboards, roughly scrubbed. Here is an old lunchbox, its half-eaten sandwiches encased in successive generations of exciting fungus. In a rusted filing cabinet, you find the documents you need. A folder of tea-stained research into Zonar. You leave the rotting workshop quietly and return to your ship. The next time you sneeze, your handkerchief comes away black with the workshop dust that crept into your lungs. Return to Port Carnelian to complete your submarine research. Turn the Zonar schematics to the hidden workshop in Port Carnelian. Okay, well that was an easy enough little quest. We can get out of here. I'll probably stop by London on the way, just because I'm really tempted to bring some lockboxes back here and find out about that metal suit. But I think I'll resist the urge for now. Yeah, we're gonna stop by London since it's right here. I think multiple changes have been made to the game. Map locations, locations of monster spawns, things like that. Occasionally new things in the ports. I mean, I bet if I went around to every single port and looked, I would find some new content. I'm not going to, but in theory, I bet I could. Let's trade our news for a Z story. Then we'll head on into the port here at London. Made it back to London. Alright. Now that we're back here, to spend time with the family. I screwed up. Damn it, I accidentally clicked out of there or whatever and didn't get my terror reduction, but I used up my thing. That's obnoxious. I didn't save when I got here either, so okay. Good job, Josiah. Good job. Port reports. My eye hurts. My right eye is hurting a lot for some reason. I'm not really sure what's going on with it. It's very strange. Stop it, right eye. Quit acting up. Oh, I could sell my old engine. Also, why am I carrying around spider silk? Sell my old engine. Oh, it's not worth anything. Well, that's unfortunate. Taking up hold space, though, isn't it? I do have 25 crew. How you doing, Golden Wolf 64? What's going on? Alright, I want to reduce my terror a little bit more. So I'm just going to sit here for a second. Some exciting port sitting gameplay right here. Good? Good. Glad to hear it. Await me! Await me! I'm waiting to be awaited. It's kind of ironic. Awaiting awaitedness? Maybe I'll grab another cheap crew member. And I'll go here. I'll spend some time with my family. Enjoy their company. I'll lose 20 terror. Alright, I'm good to go. So, time to end this episode for YouTube. If you're watching the stream, I'm going to continue playing. Need to end episode for my videos. So in our next episode, I will go forth back down to Port Carnelian, taking the plans, and hopefully I will figure out how to turn my ship into a submarine. That's going to do it for this one. So thank you for watching. This has been Josiah Plays Sunless Sea.